The Lionel Coil cars are finally in, and we're going to take a look next on Mark's Lionel Trains. A little bit longer than Thanksgiving, but they are finally all here. I was able to get the shipping box, and I don't know if I can get that all into the camera there. If you can see that, the shipping label there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think you should be able to read that okay. This one was on board date, the boat 7/25/22. I don't know why there was a lag and why we got them later. The graffiti one you would think would be more complicated, but I don't know. So it was 1 month later. They must have been stuck on a container somewhere. This is carton number 171. I got this, pre-ordered this from Tony at the America's Best Trains and Hobbies, and I was able to get the shipping carton. I didn't see the shipping carton today, so I'm not really sure why. I would have liked to see what the onboard date is there, but there's the 3 boxes there. Inside there, I have, of course, the graffiti car is already open, so let me get the first box out. This is a 3-car set, all different road numbers. This is the graffiti car box, which we already have opened, and I'll show you the other 2 boxes. This is the other box that we haven't opened yet. It's kind of, the light is unfortunately shining there too much. There it is. I'll bring it into focus there. That is our road number 534321. And then the other one is the 3rd one that I have. I like to get these complete sets. They're really nice. 534354 on that one. So these are old MTH tooling, and they're really nice. They are really nice. So let's get these out of the packaging here, at least one of them, and see what we got, see how they're packaged. Let's open up the end here. Use my knife to help these out of the box. Boy, that's really not being very cooperative. I'm really having these flaps here get stuck in here, so all right, I'm gonna have to turn this over and try and get it out this way. Wow. This, I have never had so much difficulty getting a box open. Interesting. So let's pull the styrofoam out. All right, there we go. Got the first one out there. Has a label on there. Let's see if I can get that in focus there. They are just letting you know that the coil cover isn't attached and it could fall and all the coils could fall out. So, interesting. All right, and we'll just carefully pull this out of the container there. And we'll get it out of its plastic wrapper. The guys who are MTH guys, they say that all this is really just the same as it was when MTH did these, so Lionel didn't really change too much. So, and they do have the cardboard little protective ends on the couplers, and I might have to speed up the process of getting this open. Okay, all right, there's our first look at one without graffiti on it. Looks pretty nice. Let's take these coupler things off. Excuse me. A little frog in my throat today. The weather in Chicago has been terrible. Rainy and cold, so there it is. I was out all day. Very nice, the top of it. And there it is. Let's carefully take the cover off. Now on the graffiti car, this little pin here was loose, so I just had to pop it back into position. I'll show you underneath. You can see that they protrude through a little bit, so they're relatively easy. They just snap in. You don't have to use any glue or anything, but there it is. They have these stacked in the car a little bit different than the graffiti car. They have them packaged a little bit differently. Interesting. Okay, and Then we have to get all these out of the packaging, and we'll do that. I'll do that off camera. All right, let's get these unpacked and get them on the layout and see how they look. All right, we have the Coil cars out of their packaging, and they're looking really good on the layout, I must say. I'm going to go through with this one, and I did leave the packaging on the inside of the car on this one, and these are able to be stacked on top of each other in the yard. They actually have the capability of that already built in, which is really cool. Of Lionel, I guess this is MTH tooling, so they've done that. These are held in by these styrofoam pieces here. We'll pull those out on each side. All right, and put those off to the side. And each Coil package is in its own little plastic bag. There's 2 small ones and 2 large ones in each bag. And let's see how they're tucked. They tucked it in a little corner there, so we got it out. And there's where it's open. Okay. And yeah, I was looking online at some pictures. There is no real rhyme or reason how they stack these in there. I saw one picture where they had this one huge coil on here, and then they had them alternated throughout the rest of the car. So I put the 2 big ones on the end and the 2 smaller ones on the inside. These cars have an interesting history. Back in the 60s, they kind of started kind of like a lot of things in railroading, like the auto racks and the intermodal cars. All that started in the 60s. Big time for the railroads. And Pennsylvania Railroad, of course, you know, the steel capital of the world there in Pennsylvania, they were the big starters of it back in 64 and 65. They were building a lot of these cars. So, all right, we got the first ones out. And before that, they used to put steel in gondolas with makeshift wood supports to support the steel coils. And they did have some trouble with them shifting, and they had some problems with that. And they were, you know, exposed in the weather. So they had that problem as well. So, all right. And we get these all in there. They did have problems with the coil covers because they're removable and then they are stackable. They would get mixed up, and you'd oftentimes find a coil cover that didn't match the bottom car that it came from. So I'm taking a special little precaution on that. On my printer, I've printed a number on the printer and put a piece of Scotch tape over that number and mark the paper here on the outside of the printer so I know where to put it back in, and then put a piece of Scotch tape over the number there like this, and then print the paper again, and then put a piece of Scotch tape over the number again there, and then carefully peel it off like that. And then what I've going to do is I'm going to take this number so I don't get the coil cars mixed up. So I'm going to take this one here, and I think I'll just put it like right in the middle right here, so then I'll know that this is from this coil car 321 534 321. So that should work out pretty well. I already put the number in the other coil car. So, but yeah, these things are really nice. MTH tooling, or they did a great job on these. So Lionel did a great job reproducing the MTH tooling. These are from the 2022 Big Book catalog, Lionel, and the graffiti car here, that's $129.99 list, and the other cars are $119.99. I guess it's $10 more for the graffiti. All right, one other thing I forgot to do is I wanted to give you a close-up of the coils. These are very detailed. The coils are awesome with the strapping that holds it on, and I don't know if you can see how they have you can actually see how it's rolled up in there. I'll show you one of the smaller ones on there too. They are really nice. Lionel did a great job on these. So, all right, I think I'd like to also point out that you don't have to buy these in a set. You can buy them individually. You can just buy this one, you can buy that one. It doesn't really matter. I preferred to have the entire set. So I'd like to thank you for watching this little informative episode on these awesome cars from Lionel, I must say. I'd like to also welcome all the new subscribers to the channel and thank everybody for watching and your thumbs up. And I do this for fun. I don't get paid or anything. I don't have any sponsors, so I just have some fun, try and help you guys out, and that's what this is all about. So I'm gonna use my favorite little switcher. He's very Christmassy looking, and we'll set things up and get ready to run some trains around the layout. Thank you very much for watching Mark's Lionel Trains.